us all happy summer solstice, and we're going to continue. And if you want to call in, 646-716-4984. You can call in. We only have 57 callers. We can hold 250, so you can do that as an option for this additional part that we're going to put in as a test for the archives. All right? So
okay,
Denise.
Greg. Hey, this is Denise, and we had a couple questions from the chat. Those questions would be, the first one is, do you have any of the latest information from Neil Keenan?
Yes, I do, but I'm not allowed to say anything about it.
Okay. Then the next question would be concerning the G20 summit. On Tuesday evening, all 20 nations at the G20 threw their full weight behind Agenda 21, including Russia and Putin. This is very, very disconcerting. Agenda 21 represents, as we all know, total global enslavement. Ask Drake if he would please comment on this.
Not all things are as they seem. I know that several of these countries voted to go along with that, not out of compliance or agreement, but so that they can maintain their cover.
Okay.
In other words, there's more people on our side than people understand or know about.
Okay. All right. Let's see. A couple other quick questions. I don't know if we have any other numbers. They were asking about is there another department at the Pentagon or a specific department at the Pentagon to call besides the general number where the calls are getting thwarted and answered by an answer phone?
You're going to have to fool around with the website and see if you can find one. That's the only general number that I'm aware of. Now, you could call the Department of Justice and demand Eric Holder be adjudicated for felonious assault against that Border Patrol agent and see what happens with that.
Okay. And
their number,
let's see.
You should be able to find it online pretty easy.
Department of Justice. Okay, so that would be the Department of Justice, the specific department. Okay, let's see. And when we have one from a man named Jim from the chat, we remember hearing how we are all that we are waiting for mass arrests to take effect, but that they are waiting for arrest warrants. And they thought that they questioned why would we need arrest warrants when we have that wonderful, quote, Patriot Act, unquote.
Okay, very simply, the people who are intending to be righteous in this and correct legally, lawfully, do not want to use the same parameters as are cited in those acts. If the military would like, I'll give them a template using a combination of our constitutional law and international law where the military can just simply write their warrant. Now, the warrant has to be backed up just like any warrant with an affidavit. It has to have specific charges, and it has to offer specific remedy in terms of an eventual court case. So this was written by one of the master legalists of the planet, and it cites a combination of things to include a variety of international agreements, etc., that go into this, where the military can act against a civilian entity, but only on specific charges, and only if that particular charge has to do with the public interest. There's a big difference in that. It's sort of a support of the posse comitatus, where they don't act as a strict or direct police force unless necessary. In other words, a person holds a certain office that might be high up or extraordinarily sensitive, then it would be best if the military took custody of that individual for charges, specific charges preferred. Then they can transport that person and include them in the general population along with all the other crooks.
Okay. Let's see. Last question would be, the video that you asked us all to watch last week said that arrests have already begun. In specific, can we put a name to any of those arrested thus far, or a place to look for upcoming arrests?
That's always a good question. Okay. I think everybody has heard about the aliens among us. Well, there is a special task force of them who are acting as boogeymen, and they have been going around collecting certain really nasties that have been fomenting the problems we've got and causing international incident, killing people, you name it. Real nice, wonderful people to be around, I'm sure. And E.T. has been going around collecting these people in the middle of the night. The boogeyman goes poof, he's in the bedroom, snatches you out from the sheets, and goes poof into Gaga Land. Okay, well, that might sound like airy-fairy horse hockey, and it may sound like sci-fi. Problem is that it's happening. Now, I have been given 4 or 5 names, and I'm not allowed to give those out. But you're going to start noticing some things, and I'll give you an example that there were some people missing from the last Bilderberger meeting that should have been there. And what's funny is nobody can find them. And I will leave that mystery to the people who want to really know. If you got an inquiring mind and a good computer with a good hookup, go for it. If you can find those names, more power to you.
Okay. All right, Drake. Well, thank you very much. One last thing. Is there any newsworthy items or upcoming programs that we should tune into to listen for further information on this? Or
to be quite honest, I'm hoping to know something before the next show, which is Sunday.
Okay.
If these people feel me trustworthy enough to present the information correctly, or it can be released, I'll definitely have some dynamite stuff. You might see some fun in games. Like I say, funny things are supposed to happen as of tomorrow.
Absolutely. Starting at midnight tonight, I believe it was. They said.
Exactly. So take a guess. The ETs have not come to the door and told me what they're doing, so I don't really know everything they're up to. I'm sure that they're having fun with this, though. They kind of enjoy the game of tag. If anybody has ever watched anything about UFOs and us trying to catch them and things of that nature, I think they like the game of tag very well, and they play a good game of it. So,
and it seems like
things are happening, and it's very extraordinary things. These are not stuff that people are used to or have the idea that it can really be real, and yet it's there anyway. So there we go.
Well, Drake,
right.
We are going to allow you the rest of the evening off. And
You mean I finally get to go to bed?
10:11 Eastern Standard Time, perfect time to sign off. Much love to us all, always in always.
Well, now you got to remember too that there's another show. You remember about that, don't you?
Yeah, the show that you're going to do later this evening.
I'm not doing it. I'm gonna see if I don't know if I can call it. I'm gonna listen to Coast to Coast AM at 11 p.m. Jesse Ventura.
Okay, that's right.
I got a call. I go. Good night, everybody.
Okay.
Right. Good night.
Good night, Drake, and thank you. And
love
good night,
you all.
everyone.
Much love.
Much love.
Bye.